Jake Morrison's black Silverado kicked up dust as it pulled into the gravel driveway. 3 months since he'd last seen Emma, and the ache in his chest had only grown stronger. His ranching empire stretched across 10,000 acres, oil rights that made him millions, but none of it mattered now. The divorce had stripped away everything that truly counted. The front door opened before he could knock. "You're early," Sarah said, auburn hair pulled back, wearing faded jeans and the blue flannel that reminded him of better times. Her green eyes held that familiar wariness. "Flight got in ahead of schedule. How is she?" "She's been asking about you every day. She's just waking up from her nap." "Jake, before you see her, I need to tell you." "Daddy!" Emma appeared at the top of the stairs in pink horse pajamas, blonde curls wild from sleep, clutching her stuffed cow Bessie. She bounded down toward him, and Jake's world tilted. Something was terribly wrong. Emma wasn't running with her usual grace. She was limping, dragging her left leg with each step. Her face was pale, dark circles under eyes that mirrored his own. "Daddy, you came back," she squealed, throwing thin arms around his neck. Jake held her close, breathing in strawberry shampoo and innocence, but his mind reeled. She felt lighter, friendlier than 3 months ago. Over Emma's head, his eyes found Sarah's. The guilt and anguish on her face told him everything. "Jake," Sarah whispered, tears threatening. "We need to talk." "Daddy, guess what? I learned to ride the special bike. Mommy says it helps my legs get stronger." His throat constricted. "Special bike. Physical therapy equipment. That's wonderful, sweetheart," he managed, forcing brightness while his heart shattered. "Come see my picture. I drew our whole family." As Emma took his hand, small fingers intertwined with his calloused ones, Jake caught Sarah's eye. The conversation would come later. Right now, all that mattered was the little girl who still believed her daddy could fix anything. If only that were true. That evening, after Emma fell asleep promising Jake would still be there when she woke, he and Sarah sat at the kitchen table with medical reports spread between them like accusations. "Juvenile arthritis," Sarah said quietly, hands wrapped around cold coffee. "Started 6 weeks after you left. At first I thought she'd hurt herself playing." Jake stared at the papers. "Inflammation. Joint damage. Chronic condition. It's manageable with medication and therapy," Sarah continued. "But Jake, some days she can barely walk. Some mornings she wakes up crying because her knees hurt so badly." His coffee mug cracked under pressure. "Why didn't you call me?" "I did call you. 12 times to your office. Your secretary said you were in meetings. I left messages. I even called that Dubai hotel where you were closing the oil deal." The memory flooded back. Urgent messages from Sarah he'd assumed were about alimony. Voicemails he'd planned to return when he had time. Instructions to staff to handle domestic issues. "She asked for you every night for 2 weeks, Sarah pressed on, tears streaming. She'd say, "When is Daddy coming home? I need Daddy to make my legs feel better." And I had to tell her you were busy. The weight of his failures crushed him. He'd built an empire but lost his kingdom. "I'm here now," he said hoarsely. "Whatever she needs, the best doctors, treatments. She doesn't need your money, Jake. She needs her father. She needs you to show up when it's hard, when it's messy, when there's no profit to be made." Jake looked toward the stairs where his little girl slept, unaware that her childhood had been forever altered. "I won't leave again," he whispered. "You said that before. This is different." Sarah studied his face. "Is it? Or will you find another way to convince yourself that business is more important than family?" Jake had no answer. But as he held medical reports about the daughter he'd failed to protect, he made a promise. Tomorrow he would start over. Not as Jake Morrison, the millionaire rancher, but as Emma's daddy, the only title that had ever truly mattered. The question was, would it be enough and would it be too late?